Just trying to survive and learn to love along the way by Foreplay on AO3. Episode 98, Chapter 98 of Walls and Separation. Things were going well until they hit the wall. Everyone looked disappointed until the Million stepped forward. He moves his head through the wall, and Izuku worries for his state of dress until the clothes disappear with him. Must be some specifically formulated hero costume. Izuku will be sure, asking him about it later. He worries silently for a minute, until Emilian hops back through the wall. Just as I thought, it's a new wall. The hallway is right on the other side. We just need someone to break it down. This is something he could do. Izuku steps forward at the same time as Kirishima, so they smash the wall together. It shatters, and Izuku pretends not to notice the look that some of the pros are giving them. They all run down the hall, heading towards the area that Overhaul should be. They encounter very few villains, and any they do are swiftly captured and escorted off by the police. This isn't right. What do you mean, Janus? His hero name's... This isn't right. What do you mean, Janus? His hero name sounds weird coming from his boyfriend's mouth. This quirk. It's on the list, but the guy should only be able to manipulate a small portion of this. Kirishima's eyes widen in realization before he responds. The rest of the game might be using the drugs then. The one you encountered on your patrol. Kirishima nods. We can't work well like this. I'm gonna scout ahead. Lemillion doesn't even wait for their confirmation before disappearing through a wall. Night Eye stares at the spot he disappeared from, a moment before speaking. We should have known to expect the quirk enhancement drug, if... He's cut off by the floor vanishing beneath them. They fall too. Izuku uses float to stop his descent, and uses his capture scarf to help as many others as possible. The other heroes can handle themselves, so Izuku focuses on the few police officers that fell with them. It definitely helps, and most of the group ends up far less injured than they should have been. Come on, we have to keep moving. Everybody's up and going at Night Eye's words. It's the walls of the hallways that are moving at this point. They don't have any warning before a chunk is shooting out, heading straight for his dad. Thatgum moves just in time, shoving his dad out of the way and disappearing through the wall. Everything goes still. Where are Red Riot and Dynamite? Izuku looks to where he's last seen them. Tamajiki-senpai is right. They're gone. I saw them. They moved too, to help you, Eraserhead. Must have gotten knocked through with Thatgum. It's one of the cops that speaks up. We'll just have to hope that they're together. His dad sounds pissed. Izuku wonders for a minute why he doesn't use his comm to contact his classmates. He comes to realize soon enough, if they're in the middle of a fight, the sudden contact would be very distracting, especially for them as hero students. Izuku just has to keep believing in his friends. But why'd they target you, Eraserhead? Rocklock speaks up for the first time. His quirk. If they take out Eraserhead, it makes it a lot easier for them to beat us, especially considering Overhaul's quirk. Izuku knows he's right, and the look on the others' faces just confirm it. We have to stay vigilant and keep moving. They head through the next door they spot, hoping that it would give them some indication as to where they are. Any memorized map is useless now. Instead of Overhaul, they find 3 villains. They attack immediately, but his dad activates his quirk, making them all defenseless. He takes out all the villains in seconds, leaving them sprawled unconscious on the floor. Eraserhead, you could go ahead. It's time I did my part. Tamajiki-senpai, no, Sun Eater, speaks up before his dad could take any of the others out. His dad looks at Sun Eater for a long moment before nodding, trusting in the 3rd year. They exit through another door, and finally another long hallway. A loud groaning is all the warning they get before more walls slam down, nearly crushing Izuku in the process. Before he could even react, his dad yanks him out of the way. When the dust clears, he finds that it's just the 2 of them, no one else in sight. Hypnos, are you okay? Izuku presses a finger to the button on the side of the comms to his ear transmission voice. Yeah, we're okay. Night pulled me aside. We're gonna head now, and you guys could catch up. Copy that. Izuku pulls his hands away from his ear and gets yanked to the side by his dad's capture scarf. A knife darts out from right where he was standing, and Toga slurks forward from the shadows. What's the League doing here? Izuku's voice trembles. His last experience with them wasn't exactly pleasant. Oh, sweetie, you didn't know? We've done a little team-up with Overhaul. Is Shigaraki here? Silly Eraserhead. He wouldn't waste his time on something like this. She lunges forward, but his dad stops her with a scarf. Although it seems like she was expecting this, Toga jumps into the air and twists, pulling out a knife to tear through his scarf. She uses that same knife on her descent, aiming straight for his dad. Izuku lurches forward, using Blackwhip to stop her movements midair. He then throws her a little far wall, keeping his hold just long enough that she can't avoid the collision. His dad is fast, so by the time she jumped on the floor, he is already on her, tying her up with the severed pieces of his capture scarf. We've got to keep moving, Janus. Can you break through the wall? He gestures at the wall that keeps them from the rest of the group. Izuku does as he's told, and on the other side, they find an unconscious Roblox. He's stirring when they reach him. His dad drags Toga behind them. Rocklock, what happened? Smashed my head when I was shoved out of the way of the wall. Can you stand? He nods but winces at the action. His dad pretends to notice. Good. I need you to take care of Toga and get her out. You're in no condition to keep fighting, and we need to get her into police custody. The hero nods and stands up, refusing their help. He drags Toga back through the hole and the way they came. They watch him as long as it takes for his figure to disappear. Then Izuku smashes the next wall they have to get through. There's nothing on the other side, just a bit of rubble and the rest of the hallway they've been cut out from. They only go a few turns before the hallway is shuddering again. They tense only for everything to come to a standstill as a man falls from the roof. Izuku recognizes him from the handouts they've been given as one of the manipulational quirks. It looks like the inflammable drug he'd been using ran out, and he's now suffering from quirk exhaustion. They tie him up and leave him be. Somebody else will grab them once they catch up. They're about to continue on when there's a bit of static in their ear. Right. It's unrecognizably Kachan's voice. Dynamite, repeat. I said this is dynamite. Me and Red Riot are down. I'm scared. I'm scared. What's the next one? Chapter 99 of Swords and Shields. Fuck. Some of the events behind the distress call. This chapter gets violent. There's blood, pain, and suffering. It's Eijirou and Katsuki versus Rappa, so it's to be expected. Enjoy. Heart. I'm not enjoying at all. What is this? And why are you doing this to me? I do not understand why you choose to hurt me so. I'm not crying, you're crying. Anyways, as always, my raindrops. Make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.